Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So I haven't done a range test on the Phantom 4 Pro yet. I'm not even sure if I've done one on the Phantom 4, regular Phantom 4. But anyway, that's what I'm doing today. Up at Haleakala Mountain here on Maui. You can see a beautiful view, beautiful day today. And we're going to test the range on this on a full battery, and I'm just going to go straight out, try to keep it around 400 feet or less above ground altitude. As far as winds going, I'm getting about 5 to 8 coming from this direction, so that's why I'm going to go this way so that you know, we're fighting the wind, and when we're coming back we're with the wind, just to give it an easier time to come back. What you don't want to do is be going with the wind and then coming back when you're doing these kind of range tests. Otherwise you could lose it somewhere in between, just in case. So anyway, I'm going to go against the wind going that way, and today I'm using an ND8 polarized Polar Pro Vivid Series filter on the front. It should be pretty good for kind of a sunny day like this. I think this is the one I used in my Haleakala video I just did up there at the crater recently. There's some clouds over there, so we'll see how it works out. But I'm just going to go straight out this way, and I'm hoping to get at least maybe 2 miles. I just did a flight test with the Spark, and I got close to 2 miles just all stock going in the same direction today. So check out that video too, and also some more videos on this in my channel. I did, you know, unboxing, setups, initial flight tests, and I go through all the functions and stuff, so you might find that interesting. But all right, so I'm going to boot all this stuff up. I got fully charged batteries on everything, and I'm going to be recording the screen on my phone so you guys can see exactly what the OSD looks like, as well as I'm going to be recording this in maybe 4K, but it may be downsampled, compressed for the YouTube video. I don't think I'm going to do a 4K YouTube video total. So just to let you guys know that. So let me get this thing started up and let's go fly it, see how far it gets. Okay guys, so I got everything booted up. I'm just going to start the AZ screen recorder. That's going to start in a couple seconds, so I'll have that up on a box in the screen so you can see exactly what I'm seeing on the screen here of my phone. And I'm going to go fly here, go into the DJI Go 4 app, and let's see what all of our status is. So aircraft status, everything looks good, everything's normal. I'm not going to do any updating. Now I am kind of on a hill here, so it's slanting down. You can see I'm on a mountain, so we're getting a pretty good grade of slant. So we'll see how that looks in the gimbal, but that's why it's kind of off right now. And we're going to go into video, and we're going to start recording on this camera on the Phantom 4. We got 15 satellites. You can see up there on the screen. Have that up for you. We do have 93% battery. Shucks, I thought I charged this fully, but maybe just from the boot up I already lost about 7%, so I better hurry up, start recording there so you guys can see that, and let's go ahead and launch. So I'm gonna go precision, and this is the difference. The Spark doesn't have this, so this is the Phantom 4 Pro, and it will automatically ascend to 6 meters in height, enables aircraft to return to home point more accurately, ensures sufficient ambient light without block of trees, electric cables, and others. Okay, so it doesn't say anything about tilting the camera down, so it should be using the cameras on the bottom, the optical flow, hopefully, to do what it needs to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and launch it here, let it do its thing. All right, so a little bit precarious taking off because it's so slanted, but it is working. So I'm not touching the controls. I just wanted to just do exactly what it needs to do. All right, so it ascended to 22 feet. I'm going to pick it up a little more. I'm going to go to about 40 just to give it a better chance, and then I'm going to pitch the camera down. I have slowed my gimbal down. This is maximum gimbal speed, and you can adjust this in the settings. All right. So I'm not sure if this makes a difference, honestly, but I just am doing that just for the camera, and so you guys can see where we're at from the air. So 89%, better hurry the heck up and start flying. I'm switching into sport mode immediately. I'm gonna go right into the wind, directly that direction. So full pitch forward, and there we go. Okay, and we're cruising at, how fast? 33 miles per hour. So it's feeling like it's gusting, you know, up to around 8 miles per hour right now. I don't want to go too high because the ground is dropping. And let me go tilt the camera down again. There we go. See that? So you can see how the slope of the hill is dropping. And I don't think we'll hit over 400 feet AGL. It should be okay. I'm just gonna go straight this way, see what happens. Hey, what's up? How's it? It's way out there. I'm doing a range test on the Phantom 4 Pro. All right, cool. So we are 3,300 feet away, and it's thinking it's 40 feet above its launch altitude, which it's probably higher because the mountain is going down. Okay, so I have all the sensors on. We're recording, so I'll have the 4K video up on the screen too, as well as, like I said, this OSD FPV menu I'm seeing here going. So 5,000 feet, we're a mile out right now. 5,280 feet is a mile. So we are a mile. Let's see what our 5.8 gigahertz HD is. Just 3 to 4 bars, fluctuating. Our control is full bars still, so looking great. We're at 74% power, and I'm still full stick forward. Let's pick the gimbal up a little bit so you guys can see this view here. And still full stick forward. I'm going to click on the map. This map's going to be coming up. And there we go. You can see I'm crossing over some farmland way out in the country here. Click on the map again to get our FPV screen back. So it is saying high wind velocity, so it must be pretty windy out there. A little bit of a glitch in the FPV, but it came back. That's kind of normal out at this range. I'm gonna go ahead and slowly tilt the gimbal down. So this is kind of like whoa, there's some houses out here, so better be careful, but I have confidence in this craft. I'm just gonna let it return to home when it thinks it needs to, just so we don't run out of any kind of battery power. All right, so I'm just tilting the gimbal. Oh, another glitch. Lost FPV for a sec. So guess what, guys? We are just approaching 2 miles now. This is the Lightbridge DJI technology, and so it's doing really good. I'm just facing straight at it. It looks like our HD signal is down to 2 to 3 bars, so we're getting close, and any second it's going to return to home. There we go. So we're over 2 miles now, and I'm just going to keep holding it until it forces a return to home. Alright, so I'm letting off the stick here, and now it's saying, of course, the DJI infamous smart battery flight warning. The remaining battery is only enough to return to home, and it's going to return to home now. So it's turning around. You can see that on the video screen. Let's see if we can. Alright, cool. So I can move the gimbal around. Let's see if I can move it around when it starts coming home. So it is going to go up 100 feet higher than it thinks its altitude is here. So we're up there pretty high now, and there's no really way you can adjust that because there's no indication to it or in this app of where the above ground altitude is. That would be, you know, note to FAA and drone manufacturers, man, if you guys can put some kind of AGL on the screen there, so us drone flyers and people in general kind of know how high they are, that would be awesome, because it's really hard to judge how high you are if there is no AGL on screen. It seems like with the technology nowadays, GPS coordinate systems and LiDAR and laser and all that stuff, elevation should be pretty easy to input in this app. Anyway, app crashed. Okay guys, sorry about that. I'm gonna go back into DJI Go 4. So that's unfortunate. So with Android, you know, I don't know what it is. I'm not an Apple user, and DJI should really fix their issues with Android on their app crashing. Okay, so it was just checking its version, and I'm gonna go back into GoFly. So it should have still been recording. This is the LG G6 phone, just to let you guys know, Android. So we're coming home, and yeah, so I can still adjust the gimbal. That's awesome. Just coming over, big field here, and I am up there. You see right in the middle of the screen that green patchy area of grass. So I'm right at the almost to the top of that. That's where we're heading. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing, and let it land right here. Let's see how close it is. Hopefully it doesn't flip over, because this is quite a bit of a slope here. But so we're coming, gosh, now we might be coming against the wind. We're coming at 22 miles per hour coming home, and the wind feels like it's blowing this way. When I launched, it felt like it was coming this way. So keep that in mind. You're gonna have, especially in, you know, Pacific islands like this, you're gonna have a lot of wind fluctuation. So it does feel like it's coming from maybe that direction right now. So it's coming with the wind slightly, kind of at an angle to it. So we still have 51% power, and you know, I didn't lose any kind of range, and that was over 2 miles out. So stock, you can see I don't have any antenna boosters on here or anything. This is just stock, so expect to get at least 2 miles with the Phantom 4 Pro. I'm sure you could get more if you kind of canceled that return to home warning and just went ahead and flew further out until you were like 50% power. But you got to really be careful when you start doing that stuff, because you don't know how the wind is over there where you're flying that far out, and technically you probably shouldn't be flying that far anyway. As most of you may know. So I'm just doing this for you folks to know. You know, I'm in an area where no planes are at this level, and in this area, the only thing that flies around here are some ultralights and parasailers in the morning. Sometimes when it's really calm, they launch from the Haleakala up there, and then they come down to the bottom. So anyway, we're gonna have a lot of battery power left. We're only at 46%, and I'm assuming that's because the breeze is coming from this way, and so it's helping it along quite a bit and not burning too much battery power. So it was really burning battery power in sport mode going that way, but coming back, no big deal. We're gonna have a lot left, it looks like 45%, and we've only got half a mile to go. I can already hear it coming back. Okay, so 43%. You can see how it's barely burning any power now coming with the wind. That's great. It's good to know for those of you watching. Again, I will have the video up on the screen from time to time, so you guys can see this on-drone footage. And I think for the whole flight, I'll pretty much be having this phone screen on here, so you guys know exactly what I'm seeing. I'm getting close. That should be me right there at the end of that dirt road. Yeah. So that's good. For some reason I thought I wasn't able to adjust the gimbal. I think that's for the Spark when you have the return to home obstacle avoidance on. Doesn't seem like you can adjust the gimbal on the Spark, but you can for the P4 Pro. So I'm just pointing the gimbal all the way down for a minute, and it's finding, there we go, it's finding its home point, and now it's turning to the orientation it was when we launched. And I don't want to click out of sport mode right now because that should probably cancel the return to home landing. So look at that, it's just adjusting itself. I'm not sure if it's using the 4K camera to help it or not, but I'm gonna pick this camera up now so it doesn't hit the ground. And here she goes. Let's see how accurate this is. Wow. Exceptional accuracy. Now you can see how I did the precision. I checked the precision landing box, and that's what you want to do. And if you slide to launch, it will automatically go to the height it needs to supposedly give you that precision landing. It's taking the pictures. I'm not sure if it takes, it must be taking the pictures with the optical flow camera, because the 4K camera doesn't tilt down to do any pictures, so that must be what it's taking the pictures with. I'm not really sure about that, but if you guys know more about which cameras it's using to take the pictures for precision landing, go ahead and leave a comment, chime in, and share your knowledge with us. Anyway, that's the range test, guys, with the Phantom 4 Pro, and gosh, we got 36% power left. So I could have canceled the return to home and probably flown for, you know, another 15% power and gone out another mile. So I'm saying range on this thing would be about 2 to 3 miles in this environment. I'm, you know, ocean's right there, and I think right here I'm about, what am I, 4,000 feet above sea level right here. 3 to 4. But anyway, that's what you can expect for battery power at this elevation and in these flying conditions. Nice sunny day here. The humidity is pretty high here right now. I think it's, you know, 60-70% humidity, or possibly more, because there's actually a storm coming in. It was a hurricane, but now it's just kind of a storm fragmentation. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that range test for the Phantom 4 Pro. And again, I will have had, let me go ahead and stop this camera. Remember to always stop your recording before you turn it off or pop out your battery. I've done that once with the Spark and I lost my whole recording. I just pulled the battery out by accident before I stopped recording, so make sure you do that. And the landing is awesome. Look at this landing precision. So I launched right here, and literally that's only inches away from its original launch point where it landed. So the precision landing is working excellent as long as you let it do its thing. I'd recommend, if you really want that precision landing to work, go ahead and do the slide to launch and precision landing, and then it will do what it needs to do to make sure you get that precision. If you launch manually and you don't go up high enough, it may not be this accurate, and I think that's what I did with the Mavic possibly, and that's why it wasn't as accurate with the Mavic when I did my range test. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this awesome range test with the P4 Pro, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.